Welcome everybody to another episode of Can Mayonnaise Steal a Jedi podcast. I'm your host, the Artificial Dragon.
I'm Hannah.
I am Kit.
Alright, and I do apologize for resuming the podcast. It's been several weeks and I just uploaded our last podcast episode a couple of days ago, so...
Happy late 4th of July, everybody.
Exactly.
At least those of us who are American.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy late 4th of July, everybody. Currently, it's the 5th right now.
Happy 5th of July.
Sure, we'll go with that. But yeah, we're getting back into the rhythm of things with our 12th episode. It's kind of hard to believe that we're at our 12th episode right now. It feels like almost...
Don't you say that every time?
Come on, I'm being nostalgic. We're leaving you alone.
Basically, we're like a season of anime. We finally finished our first season of anime.
Our first season.
Yes, because every season of anime is like 12 episodes.
That is very true. And this is the end of our first season. But anyway,
quote unquote.
Quote unquote, but there's still more to come, I assure you. But anyway, before I dilly-dally on a little bit, so this month's Patreon art piece is we got a lovely art piece of Kamari Vosa stepping on you for the greater good.
For the greater good of the galaxy, step on me.
Step on me, Kamari Vosa. But yeah, just if you want to get a nice, juicy fan art of any Star Wars character, we upload a new one every month, both male and female, or a mixture of both if you're into that. So yeah, just all you have to do is donate $10 to the Patreon, and you have access to all of these lovely fan art.
You get the simp content.
Things are about to get moist.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen.
But yeah, enough of promoting the Patreon. Guys, today's episode is going to be about...
It's about
You can tell
Ahsoka's
us
race.
anyway.
Yeah, we're going to be talking... It's Tuesday right now, and today is Togruta Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Much better than Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, yeah. Oh, farts afterwards. But yeah, this will be kind of a much shorter episode than usual because doing all this research, there isn't a whole lot of things about the Togruta.
Exactly. I was complaining about that on my own research. And I was like, where the fuck is the content on the Togruta? I had to actually go off of headcanons.
Yeah. But yeah, we will be talking about the race of Ahsoka, Shakti, Ahsoka being one of Kit's personal favorite characters.
She's just my favorite character.
Yeah.
She's a great character.
She's a very, very good, well-written character.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll explore the Togruta race. We'll go through the intricacies of their culture, their lifestyle, and we'll also talk about some of their more famous members and all that stuff, aside from Ahsoka and Shakti. But anyway, the Togruta are a humanoid race that come from the world of Sheely, which is basically in the expansion region of space, which is in between the mid-rim and the inner rim. And it's along a very popular hyperspace route called the Hydian Way. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but that's basically like the common shipping route that a lot of smugglers like to go back and forth through.
So it's not a backwater planet
It's not a
like
backwater
most
planet.
outer rim planets are.
It's not in the outer rim. It's kind of close to the core. Like I said, it's between the inner and the mid-rim, not exactly in the outer rim. But it's not exactly the core region of space where Coruscant is. But it's still pretty close. Though despite, it's not exactly in the outer rim, it's relatively isolationist, and it has a high lack of technology because the Togruta are basically a tribal society, and they don't like technology. They love to live among the landscape and all that.
They're very nature-oriented.
Yeah.
Hippies. Space hippies.
Space hippies. Well, you might actually have different opinions once we get more into their culture and all that. So Sheely was a temperate world with many types of terrain, such as savannas, plains, wide plains, rainforests, and mountains.
So it's like Earth.
Yeah, essentially like Earth. It also has a good amount of oceans and cities, with a capital on the world called Carvalia, which is basically a trade-focused city where a lot of off-worlders go to get medicine and give, supplies to Togruta, and they give them medicine in return and all that. Togruta have an average height of around 5 feet to 7 inches, so they're relatively tall.
That's about my height.
Well, they're they're around human height to shorter.
Yeah, around human height. And their natural eye colors are blue, though I think in canon they come into a variety of colors aside from blue.
They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah. And they have a variety of skin tones such as red, white, orange, and purple, with a little bit of white pigmentation all over their faces and all that. They also have a pattern of stripes that goes down their montrails, like you see.
Yeah.
And those stripes are basically a natural genetic trait, which allows them to blend into the local grass landscapes to hide from predators and all that. Kind of imagine like the, not exactly, but like the zebra from Africa.
So, wait, is their landscape just... Because the zebra does not blend in, like, at all. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's because Chile is more colorful.
Yeah, it's very colorful. Like I said, it has rainforests, savannas, and wide plains and all that. Both the most common phenotype of the Togruta are red and white.
Like Shakti?
Yeah. Their average max lifespan is around 94 years old.
So basically they're around the same as humans.
Yeah, and this is their lifespan, which is really cool. They remain an adult from 18 to 54, and they become middle-aged from 55 to 74.
Nice. So they don't have an old age.
Yeah.
Wait, so they're teenagers from 17 to 54?
No. So they remain adults from 18 to 54.
Okay.
And then they become middle-aged from 55 to 74.
And then elderly age is after
Yeah.
74. Oh, wow.
Yeah. While they aren't... Now, you might be wondering, are the Togruta and the Twi'lek, they have very similar...
Leku.
Yeah. They're both called Leku, but they're not at all related.
Makes sense.
Like the Togruta, I'm just going to call them head tails because they're not...
They're called both.
Yeah. They're called montrails. I'll get more into that in a little bit. Now, you might be asking, are the Twi'lek and the Togruta related? Not exactly, because they are in very different systems of the galaxy, like they're in the expansion region, while the Twi'lek's planet of Ryloth is out in the outer rim. So they are... that's a very large gap right there.
Oh, wait until we get into the Twi'leks.
Yeah.
That's a whole can of worms.
But yeah, I like to think of it as my own headcanon. Are you guys familiar with convergent evolution?
No. What is that?
So basically, it's the idea of different types of animals have similar body plans. Like, for example, a bat and a pterosaur or a bird. They're not the same species, but they have very similar body plans.
Oh, or like how different species will evolve to look to be this specific type of species.
Yeah.
Because it's like the pinnacle. It's basically crab evolution. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Everything is just evolving to become a crab.
Yeah.
That's like the evolutionary theory.
Yeah, like sauropods have a similar body plan to like elephants, even though they're not at all related.
Yeah, like there's like insects or something, or some sort of sea fish that was way back then well, sea fish, I know it's just redundant. It's like kid, there's fish beyond the sea. Yes, there's also the desert fish.
There's flying birds, kids.
Apparently in the Star Wars universe there's flying fish, but that's besides the point. But that's...
I mean, we do have flying fish on Earth.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We do?
Yeah.
What? No way.
You ever heard of a flying fish?
No, you're lying to me. You're lying.
They
I'll
don't
show it to you
actually
later.
fly.
But
they glide along in the air to get away from predators. By the way.
what the fuck? No, this is not a thing. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck? Okay, besides the point. But apparently, there's like not sea fish, but fish
Yeah.
that have evolved from that evolved prehistorically, and now they're crabs or something like that. And now and crabs just evolved into being more crab-like.
Yeah.
So eventually,
So it's the same concept with the Togruta and the Twi'lek?
yeah, you're just evolving into this specific type of species because everything will eventually evolve into a specific type of species.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's the theory. I don't know if that's true or not.
Which is also kind of a curious phenomenon because a lot of alien races in the Star Wars universe are humanoid, so it could be convergent evolution at work, or it could have been the Celestials' handiwork. Who knows?
Well, the thing is, it's like also out there in the galaxy, in our real life galaxy, we never met life out there. There most likely is life out there. We just haven't met it. But if there is life out there, it's most likely true that they probably that some of them might look way different from us, but there's bound to be like a couple that look extremely similar to humans.
Probably.
Yeah. It will probably take 1,000 years or so to find that out for sure, but
We're never gonna meet the aliens. We'll die before then.
We'll be 90 by the time we meet the aliens.
We'll be dead.
Yeah, we'll probably be dead. Anyway, back to the point. The Montrails, they're hollow, and they're kind of used as a echolocation device.
It's their horns on top of their head.
Yeah, it's their horns, but I'm also including their head tails. Oh, excuse me. And it basically produces ultrasonic sounds, which detects objects around them up to 82 feet, by the way.
Nice.
So they're basically like land dolphins.
So not tentacles on their head, but like the
Head horns.
the head horns basically sense like things around you.
Yes. Think of like Daredevil.
Or like a submarine, right? With
Yeah.
like its radar.
There is one example of that they do show in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, you mentioned that a couple of episodes ago, I think.
Yeah, when Sidious captures the younglings,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Ahsoka uses her Montrails to locate the babies.
I just realized, you know Hunter from Bad Batch?
Oh yeah.
He's completely useless compared No. Could you imagine Hunter? Oh, like, his name's Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Is it Hunter?
Yeah, it's Hunter.
Yeah. Hunter just goes on a Togruta planet. He's like, don't worry. I can sense the things around you. It's like, we can all do that.
We can do that too.
We can all do that, dumbass. We can all do that.
Oh, poor Hunter. Poor Hunter.
It's like,
He's got the
don't
skills of a Togruta.
don't worry. I can sense everything around me. It's like, no, Hunter's useless. Why didn't you just hire Togruta for this shit?
But anyway, so the Montrails and the head tails on the Togruta don't fully develop until they're adolescent, so they're like tiny little baby little head tentacles.
You can
and
see
head
that when
horns.
Plo Koon gets Ahsoka.
Yeah, and I think there's another named Togruta named Ashla, who's one of the Padawans that is in episode 2.
Yeah, she's the little tiny one.
Yeah, she's a little tiny one. Oh, by the way, when Ahsoka was hiding during the aftermath of Order 66, she named herself Ashla to hide from the authorities.
Ah,
Which is ironic because Ashla is the aspect of the light side. Think of like the avatar of the light side. Its name is Ashla.
well, that fits Ahsoka.
Well, no one's gonna read into names in Star Wars. Sometimes they might just be like, oh, okay, that's weird, but yeah.
While doing my own research, Ashla was actually supposed to be Ahsoka's name.
Yeah.
It was. I did see a sketch on Google Images about the prototype art for Ahsoka.
Some of the concept art for
Yeah, the concept art.
yeah, some of the concept art for like Star Wars characters, like especially like Ahsoka in general, is crazy.
Mhm.
Like, did you know Anakin actually was like one of the concept arts had him wear like and George Lucas like looked at it. It was a picture of who's the actor who plays Anakin?
Hayden Christensen?
Hayden Christensen with a fucking mohawk. And and you look at it and it's like, God
No!
damn, dude, he's in the 80s phase. It's like no, he's like in his Napoleon Dynamite phase. It's like Obi-Wan, can I date like Padme? It's like, no, Anakin, you cannot. Idiot! Idiot! You underestimate my power.
Oh, Lord.
No, like some of the concept art is wild though. Like Ahsoka's like weird horn things were much shorter or way longer in some of them.
She had a little pigtail in the back.
Yeah, she had like a little pigtail in the back. Other times, like she was like, it was really strange. Like, I think like one of them had one lightsaber. I can only imagine her having two. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, in their defense, Ahsoka did only have one lightsaber like the first 2 to 3 seasons of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
One of them had her wearing like the Jedi robe thing, but it's just like it's like so odd because you've never seen her do that. So like
Anyway,
It's still questionable the way they dressed her for a few seasons.
Oh, I know. It's like.
Why is she wearing a tube top?
No, it's like. Have you seen the Tyler One meme? It's like when you realize Ahsoka's age, and it's like, this is questionable. No, especially since they age slower. It's like very questionable decisions, my guy. This is.
So, we were talking about fan service earlier.
Yo!
She's a minor.
No, she's a minor. This is wrong.
I know.
Rebels Ahsoka, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, so many fan art.
Hey, yo!
I'm gonna get into that.
No. Wait.
Anyway, steering back on topic. So the stripes on the Togruta's head tails and montrails can become much more radically colored after intense activity, which could be their equivalent of getting a red face, basically.
So blushing?
Yes.
Huh.
Or, just working out really hard, and you get, like, red in the face and all that.
Like flushed.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So, if you, flustered a Togruta in any way, and you see their stripes change color...
Like into what color? Red or something?
It would... I can imagine, like, if it was red stripes, it would be darker.
The color would probably become more vibrant.
Yeah.
I think it would just be unintentional, too. Like, if a human and a Togruta interacted, and, one of them, like, and a human made, like, a Togruta, like, have, like, that weird tentacle, thing, it would be unintentional. It was like, huh, are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you charging up a beam? No, dude! No. If I interacted with an alien, and an alien started doing things that I didn't know, like, humans blush, right?
Yeah.
But if an alien, like, blushed by, I don't know, like, vibrating violently, I'd be like, you're having a seizure?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd be very confused.
Yeah, that's fair. So, just like we are on Earth, the Togruta are predators of their homeworld, and they have very sharp canine-like teeth, which they use to kill a small rodent-like creature called the Thymiers, and they basically bite onto its spinal cord, killing it instantly.
No, they could just stab it, but okay, fair enough.
But even after that, they still feast on the rodent creature as it, does its death spasms.
But why? Why not just kill? Okay.
They're carnivores, that's why.
They're carnivores, and, they're very tribalistic kids.
They never seemed that way in the series. They always seemed very, like, peaceful, like, and very civil to me.
Well, it's a quote-unquote kid show.
Yeah, this is the stuff that people don't want you to know about the Togruta. This gave the impression to outsiders that they were actually venomous when they are not, but it's not like the Togruta are going to say, no, we're not venomous, because I think they have a little bit of a sense of humor of seeing off-worlders be like, venomous Togruta, get away from me.
Damn, dude, I thought these
No,
were...
it provides a bit of fear, but they also respect.
No,
So
I
it's
thought-
like, I don't want to get bit.
I thought these people were like vegan pizza thin crust eaters.
No.
No. Turns out they're Chicago-style meat lovers.
Yeah.
Nope, they aren't hippies. They're meat-eating hippies.
Damn, son. Never heard of a meat-loving hippie before. Damn. I love eating rats.
Oh, yeah,
So we need like fan art of just like this Togruta just violently ripping the spinal cord off this fucking rat.
I remember I was doing research, and apparently there's like a novel where Ahsoka is researching her race, and she's like, okay, so they kill little rodents and they have a venomous bite. I'm not anything like that.
She probably got so confused.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
They also have far better eyesight than the humans. Quote, being able to see objects immensely far away from them that would be too remote for any human to see. So I imagine they have like eagle vision, basically.
It's surprising that they're not a like completely force-sensitive race, because all those natural abilities combined with the force could make someone very, very unstoppable.
My question is like how hybrids, because there was an episode on this. There was like an episode where like a clone went rogue and then he married a Togruta, I think.
No, he married a Twi'lek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twi'leks can easily make hybrids.
And then, like, they had kids, and I don't know how, like, because the Twi'leks have special properties with their tentacle things, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work, and, like, with, like, I don't know.
That's kind of the new canon thing, like, Twi'lek and humans are genetically compatible, which wasn't the case in Legends, but, I mean, a majority of race find the Twi'lek attractive, so I'm not going to complain.
Do a majority of, like, humanoid, like, species, are they able to, like, just, like, have kids or something?
Maybe.
I think it has to depend on what race you're actually trying to mate with.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, a human mating with a Duros, I don't know how that would
Well,
work.
yeah,
That would probably not work.
Well, no, but, like, you have, like, a Zabrak, which is just, like, literally, they're just...
They're humanoid
they're
as well.
No, they're just humans with, like, a couple horns on their head or something.
And I think another heart.
They have 2 hearts.
Yeah.
What? They have 2 hearts? No fucking way. You're lying. No way.
Never had 2 hearts.
That's... How did he fucking die? This motherfucker... No. This motherfucker was like, I got shot on my shoulder, and he's running and gasping for air. I'm like, you have 2 hearts, motherfucker. You shut your mouth.
Oh, God damn it.
No one can ever say he's heartless. He had 2... He's too heartful. But that's besides the point. But, like... Because no, like, we get into, like, weird stuff in Star Wars where, like, the pureblood Sith were, like, a mixture of, like, Sith and like, this...
Human, yeah.
And human to create this hybrid of, like, really strong...
It's also, it's not like they mated in the normal way. They were alchemically hybrid.
Oh, so they're, like, lab babies.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
A bit off topic, but
A little bit off topic, but that's the point of this episode of the podcast anyway. So let me get into a little bit of their culture. The Togruta as a race have a strong sense of unity and togetherness, which is a natural evolutionary trait. Like for us humans, we are a herding animal, so to speak. We always want to be with other humans.
We're very social creatures.
We are very social creatures. It's the same thing with the Togruta. Which is, like I said, an evolutionary trait because a lot of predators on their homeworld of Sheely love traveling in groups, and you obviously don't want to be alone against an entire pack of animals that want to hunt you down.
Yep.
Yeah. And one such creature that commonly hunt the Togruta is the Akko, which is described as a large, orange, fur-covered creature.
Yes, I faced this during my research. She was like, "What the fuck is it?"
Yeah, it basically says, oh, it's an orange-covered predator-like creature. Like, okay, is it a mammal? Is it a reptile?
I'm thinking it's something like a tiger.
Yeah, it's for all intents and purposes, it's just think of a Nexu.
I even said in the Wikipedia, it's like a Nexu.
For context, kid, you remember the cat-like animal from episode 2 that tried to claw Padme?
Oh, yeah, that thing?
Yeah, that thing, but with orange colors.
So those things are on their planet, then?
Yeah.
Basically.
So wait, so the Togruta are mainly hunters rather than than...
They're very well hunters.
Yeah.
So they don't really gather then. They're
probably omnivores, but they're mostly hunter-gatherers, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, so the Akko is one of the only animals on their entire home world that the Togruta actually feared, because they actually, like, devastated a bunch of villages wherever they go, just like a lot of times.
They're like the emu in Australia.
And hunting down an Akko was considered a very dangerous task, and their teeth are favored as trophies that are used in traditional necklaces and headdresses, which you can actually see in both Ahsoka and Shakti.
I was gonna say,
wait,
Shakti's headdress.
did she actually kill one or like?
Yeah.
Wait, Ahsoka killed a
headcanons that it is part of a coming of age ritual.
Wait, what age do they kill this thing?
Probably 16, 17.
No fucking way. No, because she was in the Jedi Order when she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
Like, no, well, she was taken in as Anakin's pupil when she was 14.
Yeah.
And then she was, like, probably indoctrinated by the Jedi when she was, like, even younger. So there's no way she could have killed one as, like, a ceremony because she was already in the Jedi Order.
Anakin probably brought her to Shali.
It's just okay to do the ceremony, I guess?
Like, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon because, as we all know, Jedi are kind of self-righteous assholes. You know?
Oh, yeah.
But I think for certain races, they do make exceptions, like Chaotic Mundi.
Of course, Ki-Adi-Mundi is the prime example of that.
Yeah. Ki-Adi-Mundi has like 4
He has a harem.
5 wives on his own
He
planet.
has a harem.
Yeah, he has a legit harem.
Oh, is he that big, like...
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
big
the asshole.
Yeah, he's like, Anakin, why are you sad that your mom is dead? Well, I don't know, asshole. Why are you so angry that you have a fucking dickhead?
But
He's a conehead.
I know!
He's a conehead.
Fucking asshole.
But point is, his race is the Shurian race. They are basically endangered, which is basically why the Jedi made an exception with Ki-Adi-Mundi, because they need to repopulate the race.
Ki-Adi-Mundi. Anakin, why are you sad that your mom is dead? What the fuck do you mean?
I think it's also
When,
kind of...
ironically, he got attached to his own kids.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's like, I have kids. I love my children. It's like, yeah. Dick.
Oh, man. It'll be a fun episode once we eventually talk about Ki-Adi.
Fucking, I'm glad he's dead. Fuck that guy. No, not his species. His species are fine. His species are probably really good people.
It's
Just Ki-Adi-Mundi himself, his fucking assholishness.
Yeah. There's one YouTuber called Getzies who basically outright calls him a sociopath.
He
I
is!
did see that.
Yeah. But anyway, Ki-Adi-Mundi is his own...
Oh yeah, and in that 2D Clone Wars cartoon, wasn't he very concerned about, like, Shakti's health when she was, like, when she was, like, almost got killed by, like... Yeah, and...
She actually looks very beautiful in the 2D.
Oh, yeah.
No, like, no emotion, my ass. No connection, my ass. This asshole is like, oh no, Shakti, you're injured. And then he saw Space Shaggy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call him. Because no, he is Space Shaggy. He's like, no, Padawan, no. He was reaching out. Like he was like concerned about his Padawan dying as Shaggy got fucking crushed. And he sees all his pupils and all his partners get fucking ripped apart and, like, just killed. And he's like actually concerned. No emotion, my ass. This guy's just a dick.
I know. But yeah, point is, Ki-Adi-Mundi will be his own episode one day.
Oh no, we're making this like the Ki-Adi-Mundi roast fest.
But, as I said before, kind of like with the Surians, I think it's also an exception for the Togruta, because that hunting of the Akko is a very important ceremony, because I think only an individual Togruta goes out to hunt the Akko, because they see wearing the teeth as the Akko as a sort of trophy, so to speak. Like, yes, I conquered this dangerous enemy. Like, if you ever see a non-Togruta wear an Akko, it's most likely they just bought it off of a Togruta.
Or probably stole it.
Yeah, because for a Togruta, you're not allowed to wear that kind of jewelry unless you kill the Akko yourself. Anyway, so the Togruta live in very small tribes in forest valleys, always staying up in the canopies out of reach of most predators. Kind of like the Ewoks on Endor.
Yep.
Yeah. But due to their safety in numbers, mentally, the Togruta do see individualism as an abnormal trait within their culture. But they do admit that it's a very important quality among leaders and all that. Because, why don't you want to be in our culture? That's suicide, because all the animals are also together. That's suicide.
I mean, I actually don't really disagree with them on this.
Yeah.
It seems as though, like, it's like I think it's more like the idea of, like, how have you ever heard, like, the quote, like, it takes a village to raise a kid?
Yeah.
It's like the idea comes from, like,
the unity, the togetherness.
Yeah, like, you're together, because the thing is, like, humans are social creatures.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of like, the Togruta are probably social creatures too.
Yeah.
It would be kind of odd not to want to have friends, not want to like there's a person who makes you food, there's a person who does your tailoring, there's a person who makes you jewelry. There's like this sense of that you're building a community together for each other's happiness.
I don't know if it's technically canon, but in my research, I did see part of culture. This is probably fan based or headcanon, but nursing Togruta mothers would all nurse the young, so you couldn't tell what youngling belonged to who.
Well, like, I think it's more like individually, like, they would, like, you can become your own person. You should probably do your own thing eventually, and live the life that you wish to live and want to do the things that make you happy. But I think it's more like, why would you want to actively be alone and not live in a part of the community in a way if it benefits you and benefits everyone else. I think that is odd behavior too.
Yeah.
Have you ever just met like a like an actual human being like of our species who is just like, yeah, I don't want to be part of society, community, general events, or any sense of gathering whatsoever? I've never met such a person.
Yeah.
I met like introverts before, but like
That's
even
like mega introvert.
yeah, but even they like participate. They're like, yeah, I work, I do
we're
this.
all introverts.
Yeah.
No, I'm an extrovert.
Everybody in the room, I mean.
Well, I'm an extrovert, but yeah.
I'm an introvert, but I still, like contribute to society best I can.
Yeah, like we have community. Like we're more isolated now because we don't really have a sense of community anymore. I think that's actually very healthy for the Togruta. I think individualism is more, but I think but like to be a leader, you need to have like
individualism because you're making the hard choices.
Well, yeah, but like you also need like a reason as to why, and the main reason is gonna be the people around you. You know.
Anyway, and the Togruta value their connection to nature, believing that the land is spiritually connected to them in many different aspects. Like they respect the circle of life. Like things need to die naturally. We need to continue serving nature. They're kind of like the witches of Dathomir in that regard, where they live amongst the land and not use.
They don't have big ugly cities.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my main issue with.
I did see in my research as well. They don't wear shoes to be more connected to nature.
Yeah. So yeah, they don't wear shoes, but they also don't cover their montrails because they're literally disconnecting them from the land they walk on or the air that they breathe in and all that.
I do think like what was I about to say? Go on, sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Both because of their connectedness to nature. Let me get to that in a little bit. The Togruta as a race have a very below average metachlorian count, but despite that, but because of their connection to nature in such an extreme regard, in both lifestyle and their culture and all that, they are not all Togruta are force sensitive, but a good majority of them are force sensitive.
Well, my question is like, you say they're spiritual to connect to nature and stuff. What if like, would they consider like a droid that is sentient, that can feel pain and happiness and all that other stuff? Would they consider them people at all?
I don't know. I mean, they are clearly synthetic beings that don't, feel the ways that you and I can, or can literally have a sense of touch like you and I can.
Yeah, but like humans and Togruta can't feel the same things either. Like humans don't have like a radar system. We can't experience that,
Yeah, that is true. That's this is one of the aspects I wish Star Wars delved more into.
No, because like Ahsoka likes R2-D2.
Yeah.
Like she genuinely cares about some droids and stuff like that. Like Anakin had droids she genuinely cared about that she considered like, actual people or friends. So, but she wasn't. She was raised like a Togruta for quite a bit of time, I guess, but not too much. She was adopted Jedi Order, but
we are going to see more of Baby Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi.
But I don't know if the Togruta themselves would consider like droids people or not, because they have like this.
On Sheely, they wouldn't consider them as people, but obviously off-road Togruta would consider them people. Which is another aspect I'm going to get to. The Togruta as a race, as I said, they have a special connection with the Force, which is why a wide majority of Togruta that you see off-world are most likely a member of the Jedi Order, like Ahsoka, Shakti, so on and so forth.
Even Ashara.
I think we only see Ahsoka and Shakti. Do we see any other Togruta?
Yeah, there are others.
There is one example in the Old Republic, which is Ashara Zavros, and her ancestor, Kalatosh.
Yeah, who was a Sith Lord.
He was a Sith Lord.
Yeah. Sith Lord. Sith Lord Togruta.
He's one of the spirits that you nom on as the Sith Assassin.
Yep. And it's also kind of an interesting phenomenon, because as I mentioned, the Togruta don't have a high metachlorian count, but regardless, a good majority of them are force sensitive. Which also comes into the idea, like, metachlorians, a lot of people are like, oh, metachlorians, that's the only thing that makes you force sensitive. Not necessarily in every case.
There's the Rock that you were talking about.
Yeah, the shark.
Yeah, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who's a literal fucking rock.
We'll eventually talk about the shark in their own episode, but I think it's also like the Togruta, they live amongst the land, they connect with Mother Nature and all that, and are very spiritual. You also see that with Plo Koon's race, with Baron Do and all that. They are very spiritual, which grants them a special connection to the Force and see visions and shit. And it's also, ironically, the same case with the Sith as a race, because, well, they're born on Korriban, which is a massive nexus of the dark side of the Force. So I think it's also like where you're born and what your culture is that defines if you are a high Force sensitive compared to others. Which I think is a really cool aspect of the Force. It's not just midichlorians. But despite this spiritualism, I want you guys to keep in mind that the Togruta respect the lands, but as we all know, Mother Nature is cruel.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
we know this.
And
She is my ex-girlfriend, as you know from Purina.
but anyway, and the Togruta, like you said before, it takes an entire village to feed a kid. But what happens if a member of that village, can't contribute to the village? Basically, you have situations like this. Oh shit, I have fallen and I can't get up and I've broken my ankle. Oh god damn it, Grandma. Alright, see you later. Have fun getting devoured by...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I hate old people, but not this much. Jesus Christ! This is taking boomerism too far.
Survival of the fittest.
No, this is not okay. That's not okay. That is so messed up in so many different ways.
Oh yeah.
That
The
is very
Togruta
messed up.
are not very good people. I mean, it is barbarism from the outside
But they are a
perspective.
tribal society.
Who literally live amongst the land.
Well, no, but there were tribes on Earth that still they would never send their elders to die. They would just leave them in the tents or something like that. Or make them into shaman leaders. They would never just kill their leader. Oh my god!
Killing them, they're just like, okay, if you survive, that's cool, but bye-bye.
Exiling your people to... Well, what if, do they not value, mental capacity? What if you're smart? It's yeah, I can't contribute, because I can't move, but what if you're smart? What if you were...
Mother Nature doesn't give a shit.
What do you mean? Well, of course...
I mean, if a fucking deer broke its ankle and is trying to catch up to the herd, but if a herd stays to allow the deer to catch up with them, then that means they get...
No. Well, what if one of them is a doctor and he's oh, I broke both my legs and I can't really be a doctor anymore because my hands are shaking.
Well,
But
sucks to
no.
you.
But he still has knowledge. He still has he still knows how to teach them. Is that just not worth something in their culture? What the fuck?
I think it's also the fact that if you're a doctor of the Togruta, then why the fuck would you be on a hunting expedition?
Well, no, it's not that you would be on a hunting expedition. It's that you just can't be a doctor anymore because of your physical condition. But you still have the knowledge to teach the future generation about doctoring.
I did see a cool headcanon. That the females were the hunters, like lionesses, and the males stayed back to watch children and protect the villages
I
because they
wouldn't
have
doubt
bigger montrals.
I'm not sure if... Yeah, that's probably a headcanon, because I don't remember.
It makes sense though.
Also, it's oh my god, it's you're going to just send the elderly and people who are injured or just decrepit out there to suffer and die, and also have families be torn apart just because they can't move because they got crippled. What the fuck, guys?
It's another reason why a lot of Togruta don't make it to old age.
Oh my god, what is wrong with... Okay, I shouldn't say these people,
That's
but...
why they don't have an old age.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yep. They are not... Well, okay, I say they're not great people, but...
It's
not-
very barbaric, but
It's very barbaric.
from their point of view, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I don't care from their perspective. I care about my perspective.
Well, despite this, the Togruta, as I mentioned before, are very fierce hunters and warriors when the time called for it, doing whatever it took to protect their families from outside threats, and they valued the idea of teamwork.
Jesus Christ.
It kind of goes back to that leaving behind the weak.
No.
Like, if you have a weak cog in the machine, then they're basically a liability to your entire tribe.
What the fuck? What else are you doing? Like, why are you fighting for your tribe if your tribe would do something so messed up to someone who contributed something to your tribe in the first place? Isn't the point of having a tribe so you can protect your people? Isn't it so you can protect the weak and help them eventually when they get too weak to protect them? Well, what is this? This seems very counterintuitive. This just seems like it's like I only protect you as long as you're useful and as long as you're like, you know, you do something, but the second you're useless, oh no, you're worthless. Yeah. God, it's so messed up.
But there are probably outliers.
No, and it's also messed up because it's like this idea of like, oh, we're a community, we're family, we should love each other, we're social creatures, we need to talk to each other. Yet you actively leave behind people who can't defend themselves because what? What if you're born with like a defect, like not defective, but born with like a disability? What if you're just born without a leg? What if you're just born with no eyes? Like, Christ, what is wrong with you? Oh my God.
Ancient Rome. Yeah. That's what the Spartans would do. Weak babies got left to the eagles.
Yep, exactly.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up. No, this is fucked up.
Alright, let me get back to the more sweet, heart.
No, you can't sugarcoat this. This is fucked up.
So for most Togruta that find themselves off-world, because of their, sense of community and all that, any individual Togruta can always ease themselves into any culture or species that they come across. Like, maybe a Togruta comes across, say, a Twi'lek, for example. They basically become friends at that point, because basically becoming alone is suicide for a Togruta.
Yeah. Yay, depression!
Yay, depression!
Literal. It's like, I will leave behind the weak. Your family, you're my friend. Oh, you can't move. Fuck you. But the second. But I love them. It's fucked up.
I know it seems a little bit two-faced, but Ahsoka is not that kind of Togruta.
Well, yeah, she was raised differently in the Jedi culture.
Mm-hmm. And the Togruta, as a race, do have one colony, which is on the nearby world of Kyros. And unlike the main Togruta, they're basically pacifists who,
Satine would fit in perfect.
Exactly. So the Kyros.
Wait. This is counterintuitive. Like, no. I gotta go back to that point. I gotta go. I'm sorry. But that's fucked up. And this is also the reason why. What about kids? Like, kids can't defend themselves. They're kind of useless when they're children.
Well, okay. For the exception for the kids, because if you obviously leave a kid to the wilderness, then you're losing an future integral member of your tribe.
You're losing integral members no matter what. You're losing intelligent people. You're losing people that can offer something besides fucking hunting. You goddamn Saiyan-minded people. God.
They are hunter-gatherers, kid. Do keep that in mind. Anyway, so I'm in Kyros. It's home to around 50,000 Togruta, who, like I said before, practice pure pacifism, and they lacked weapons of any kind and pursued art in complete openness with nature. So they're basically the woke versions of the Togruta.
Woo for woke.
This is in a Clone Wars episode, by the way. Though this active pacifism was taken advantage of by Count Dooku, who basically led an invasion of battle droids to abduct all 50,000 colonists to sell to the Zygerians.
So that's that episode.
Yep.
And I was curious as to why they wore shoes. Because in the character designs, most of the females wear shoes.
Well, like I said, they are the woke versions of the Togruta.
Yeah.
Woo for woke.
Woo for woke.
They still have very pretty character designs, though, for the females.
Yeah. there's not official architecture of. I don't even know if they have architecture on Chile, but apparently on Kyros they do have relatively good architecture. But as I look at them, the buildings themselves kind of look like Togruta themselves.
That's why.
Oh my god! Imagine if we made buildings in the shape of human heads. Just like, yeah, this is the fucking ear. You go inside the ear, and you go outside its butthole. But no. Okay. This is a quick rant, a non sequitur. This is not connected to the Togruta right now. But hold on, just listen to me out. Okay. Just hear me out. Why is it that every animal and alien race always has it where like the men are these buff, disgusting monsters, but all like the women are like hot or something? No. Like this is why I like birds. Because birds, like when you look at a fucking like a male peacock, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, a male peacock is beautiful.
Birds of paradise.
Yeah, when you look at birds, the males are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the females are ugly.
Yeah, why can't I be pretty? No. Why can't dudes be pretty? When I look at fucking like any fucking woman in any fucking species or like animalistic culture or some shit, it's always like all the men are like hairy and gross and fucking festering and stank and wretch and shit, and then you have the females like glowing. It's like, what the fuck? I want to glow. I want feathers. Give me golden feathers. Give
golden feathers, baby.
I wouldn't mind being a fucking male Togruta. Yeah, feed me, woman. Yes. No, hunt for me. I will take care of the kids. I don't want to fucking die. Yes, I'll take care of our kid. God, I have issues.
Yes, you do clearly have issues.
That's why you chose a Mon Calamari, not a Togruta.
No, I should have picked a Togruta. Then I could be taken care of by big, strong Togruta woman.
Well,
Togruta milk.
You broke your leg, though.
Wait. The Punisher meme.
Never a dull fucking moment here.
Just saying. Hey. It's like, darling, I broke my leg. Please, I need water, and I need a doctor. Brings out a fucking hatchet. Oh, I'll give you a doctor. Right? Go on. But no, why is every single fucking male species on the physical planet and in fiction so gross? It's like, even our moans are gross. Like, it's nasty.
Anyways. So in legend, there are tribal societies, blah, 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 blah. In canon, apparently, I did a little bit of research, and because there wasn't that much to look upon.
Yes, they don't expand in canon.
Yeah. In canon, the Togruta are much more technologically advanced compared to the tribal society of legends. They have a matriarchal government led by a queen that held the title of Supreme Huntress of the United Tribes. Which also has its own military, along with a fleet, a guard, and intelligence service. Which I kind of think defeats the purpose of a Togruta, because they're very tribalistic and they want to live their own lives.
They can still be tribal, but still have a queen.
Yeah, they can. And it's that the tribal aspect that makes them more connected to the Force, and I feel like if their entire society isn't tribalistic, then they're basically not that important in regards to the Force and all that.
Imagine making buildings out of the shape of your head. God damn, that's some...
I mean, they look like the Montrals, which I think are cool.
That's like some next level shit right there. Imagine if humans made buildings out of the shape of their bodies. No.
There's Mount Rushmore.
Well, no, that doesn't count. I'm not talking about statues. I'm not talking about just like sites. I'm talking about literal like skyscrapers or houses. It's like, yes, I would like to go to the skyscraper in the shape of George Lopez's dong. This is very nice.
Anyway.
And also the Togruta do have their own language. It's called Togruti, of course. There's not too much on it. In legend, it's basically there. In canon, however, there are several official phrases that they say. There's two of them, by the way. There's... I apologize.
You're gonna butcher this.
I apologize.
This is like saying...
a fictional alien language. Tara Makana Vera Numra Nurak, which is, may the Force guide your path. And Tara Satan Kiram Benran Durak. May the Force bring you home.
Interesting.
So, those are the only instances of a Togruti language.
Togruti is the equivalent of calling American, like rather than saying English, you just say Americanese.
Yeah. Now to a little bit of their history, and just like everything else in the society and culture, there's not a whole lot. Sheely has been a member of the Republic since it was discovered back in 25,000 before the Battle of Yavin, which is, for context, exactly 53 years after the founding of the Republic. So they are a relatively new member of the Republic at the time. Sheely has been a member. I already said that. They did develop a high. I already said. There was at one point during the Great Galactic War where they did have an uprising, but they were pacified by a man by the name of Brycius Kelron, who was a Grand Admiral of the Sith Empire back in the SWTOR era of Star Wars, by the way. Though the most, as I mentioned before, but Togruta's most noteworthy contribution is all of their members to the Jedi Order. A lot of Togruta go to the Jedi Order, and a lot of them are female, apparently, but there are male Togruta that go to the Jedi Order, but the female are the most populous.
I guess this is, Hannah, this is probably why you say that you think they're hunters and stuff, because they're the ones that are like, getting like accepted to the Jedi Order to fight the most.
Yeah.
Like.
Now,
Granted, that's just headcanon, but
yeah.
it's what I accept as canon.
Yeah. While the Togruta aren't common across the galaxy, like, for example, humans, Twi'leks, and Duros, they do have a couple of notable members outside of the Jedi Order, too. As we know, Ahsoka is one example. But one of the earliest members that joined the Jedi Order was a Togruta by the name of Rana Te, who was one of the few examples of an individualistic extreme of a Togruta. She's described as untamed and intense, mostly because she was the victim of numerous nightmares and throbbing headaches due to her intense connection to the Force. I mean, look at this woman. She is horrifying.
Ugh.
She looks terrifying.
Oh my god. Ugh. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, she is fucking horrifying. But after going to the Jedi Order and going to a certain Jedi Master, she's able to control her senses and all that. And it didn't exactly alleviate her intense nature, but she's a lot better than she used to.
So she's calm now.
Well, somewhat. However, let's see. She became a member of a Watch Circle, which is a part of a Jedi Covenant, which is a subsection of the Jedi Order, but I'll get that in its own episode. She basically served as a Jedi seer. Seers are like, seeing the future and all that.
No, it's the clothes shop, Sears.
But yeah, this is an entire side story, but I'm going to mention it briefly. So basically, the entire Watch Circle, their entire purpose is to see the future and prevent the rise of the Sith. This is back in the days of the Old Republic, by the way. Their purpose was to prevent the rise of the Sith by looking through visions and all that. All of the members of the Watch Circle have Padawans, and one day they all had an individual vision that a member of their Padawan circle strike them down one by one and eventually turn to the dark side. So naturally, how do they take care of us?
Kill the Padawans.
They murdered all their Padawans.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You couldn't just like, I don't know, like put them in like a cell.
Have an intervention.
Yeah, you couldn't just have an intervention, put them in a cell, warn them, I don't know, something.
They are literally witnessing the moment they died. Could you really blame them for being that intense?
Yes, you're killing fucking kids. You fucking idiots. Just put them in a cell. Just put them in a cell and watch them until the day of the vision's bypass.
These are the extremist Jedi, by the way.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
That's why they're called the Jedi Covenant. And
there's probably some dark side bullshit making them fucking kill their Then they became dark side some shit.
Well, she is very intense, as you saw from the image there. So, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Anyway, and then there's, as Hannah mentioned earlier, Ashara Zavros, who is a Jedi Knight whose ancestor happened to be a Sith Lord. She's one of the third companion characters of the Sith Inquisitor, I think.
She is the third companion of the Sith Inquisitor.
Yeah. And what was it? She joined you because she was disillusioned with the Jedi Order?
You can disillusion her, or you can convince her to turn you to the light side.
Yeah, point is, she...
it depends on the choices.
Yeah. But point is, she decides to join you and help you on your journey while merging the ideas of the Jedi Code with the ideas of the Sith Code and all that.
And she becomes your apprentice.
Yep. Let's see... But of course, the most famous, aside from Ahsoka, of the Togruta Jedi is Master Shaak Ti. In her entire life, she had 2 previous Padawans, and me and Hannah always talk about Jedi Masters being like the mother/father figures for the Padawans.
Because that's all they know.
No, also being fucking fodder. Like, no, look at the fucking Clone Wars cartoon. They're all like fodder. They all get fucked up. Fodder ass.
But anyway, she had 2 previous apprentices. Both of them achieved knighthood, but both of them got killed almost immediately.
Aw, damn.
I get fucked.
God damn.
I get fucked.
But yeah, she is legitimately depressed almost all the time. But despite that, she always keeps her traditions with the Jedi Code very true. She's the one who was assigned to Camino to basically be the advisor to make sure that Kaminoans don't do any cruel shit to the clones.
As I've seen her mentioned in fanfiction, she's the clone mom.
Yep, she's the clone mom, and she successfully fought off 2 invasions by the Separatists on Camino. I mean, she was the commander, not literally the warrior, but she did her part.
She's a badass.
Yeah. And, let's see. This is kind of a in-universe joke, because Shaak Ti, she's kind of the Kenny of Star Wars. She gets killed a lot, apparently.
Wait,
there is no canon death for Shaak Ti.
Wait,
Yeah.
there she dies like what 17,000 times or something?
She died, I think, 4 times.
No,
And none of them are canon.
How am I forgetting his name? That guy.
Grievous.
Yeah, she died to him. No, she died to him. I think in the fucking in the fucking cartoon.
Scene.
In the cartoon, yeah.
It's in Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
Yeah, in the cartoon, she was like in the hospital. She died, and then
No, she didn't die. She's still alive. She
Okay.
survived her first 2 encounters with Grievous.
how many times did she fucking died then?
So, number 1, she got murdered by General Grievous in a deleted scene of Revenge of the Sith.
Lightsaber goes to her back.
And then the second time, she's basically chilling out in the Jedi temple, and Anakin Skywalker stabbed her in the back in a deleted scene. Third time, she dies in a vision that Yoda sees, where she gets stabbed in the back with a lightsaber.
What color was it?
Blue.
Oh, then that must be
It's
Anakin.
probably Anakin.
Yeah. And 4th time was by Starkiller.
And that's only in a game.
But that's not canon. The Starkiller one. Okay, so the most canon one would probably be the Anakin death.
Yeah.
Probably. That or Grievous.
Yeah, but let me go off on a tangent for The Force Unleashed Shaak Ti, because she's kind of a badass. So
Doesn't she have like she has like a student too?
yeah, she has a student who eventually goes to the dark side, but that's its own side thing. She was one of the few survivors of Order 66, and she went off to Felucia, which is the jungle world and all that. And Starkiller was sent to go murder her ass, and Vader is all like, you need the full power of the dark side to defeat her, my apprentice. And Shaak Ti did put up a pretty good fight against Starkiller, and she didn't and I must state, she didn't die by Starkiller's hand. She was all like, you are a Vader slave, but your power's wasted with him. You could do so much more. And, she's surveying like, poor boy. The Sith always betray one another. And she basically sacrifices herself instead of Starkiller.
Sacrifice. She kills herself.
Nope.
No?
She didn't kill herself.
Hmm.
She
I always said she killed herself.
She dropped herself into the Sarlacc pit they were fighting next to.
Whoa! Wait! Hey yo! Wait. So, if you just died by Starkiller, you would live a non-painless death. It would be not a painless death, but it would be painful. But then you die.
Yeah.
You become a Force ghost. Going in the Starlight Pit, you suffer for like hundreds of years.
Well, she didn't go into the Sarlacc pit. She like exploded into light, apparently. But yeah, she threw herself into the Sarlacc pit before exploding into light.
She probably became one with the Force.
Yeah.
Why not just go out with a bang? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, she technically did. She
No.
exploded into white light.
At least try to fucking kill your opponent. God. Shakti can't do nothing right.com.
God damn.
.net.
Oh, man.
And-
Anyway.
Any other examples?
So, outside the Jedi Order, there's during the days of the Old Republic in the Mandalorian Wars, there is Garm Barum, who is a Mandalorian field marshal of the Neo Crusaders. Yes, a good amount of Togruta joined the Mandalorians, and this is what he looks like.
That's cool. I like his helmet.
Yeah.
Looks kind of Sphinx-like, like Egyptian style.
But, yeah, that's the ironic thing. It's like, if you play a Nautilin or a Togruta in the SWTOR game, you're not allowed to wear helmets of any kind.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, but apparently the Mandalorians care more about the aesthetics of their alien races than the game does.
Yep.
You're not allowed to wear helmets as a fucking Togruta
Yeah.
or a
No,
fucking
you're not.
Nautilin.
It's
Because you have
stupid.
all the entrails and all
Couldn't
that.
you just have a helmet that covers the majority of your head except the montrails or something?
Devs don't want to do that.
Yeah. They would just cut holes for them on trails.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, you could just do this thing where they put on a mask and then, like, a bunch of, like, nanomachines start, like, you know that Tony Stark thing where he puts
Yeah.
something on his chest
That'd
and then
be cool.
it nanomachines outward? It's like, it's not a suit. He just clicks a button and it just grows the suit.
Yeah.
Why not just do that for the helmet? They put on a mask, they click it.
I don't know, dude. I'm not a game designer, so I wouldn't know. And aside from that, there's also Alien La, who is a captain of a trading vessel.
Wait, his name is Alien Law?
I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. It's Ellin. Ellen.
Alien?
Alien La.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a pun.
Yeah. And she's the captain of a trading vessel called the Woebegone, which is...
Will be gone!
Anyway. And she was, doing trading and all that, and her crew happened upon...
Oh my god, Alien will be gone. Is that like is that for...
well,
I feel like that's foreshadowing.
Yep. So she and her crew go to this certain planet called Baldimnik.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. She goes there, to pick up sea life and do all that fun stuff. And she finds a certain stowaway, a certain immune called Hugo Damask, aka Darth Plagueis.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Darth Plagueis was trying to get off world because, he was basically there illegally, by the way.
Of course.
He's all like, hey, take me to my home planet and you will be rewarded richly. And she's all like, I don't know, you seem pretty suspicious. I'm going to consult with my crew because, the inner Togruta, she values all of her crewmates as equals, basically. And they put a vote. Like, do they take the guy to his home world or do they report him to the authorities? And obviously they reported him to the authorities.
Smart.
And Darth Plagueis wasn't happy about that. Or the entire crew.
Oh wow.
Oh god!
Well, he's gonna murder them all anyway.
Yep.
Wow. Alien will be gone. Foreshadowing.
Yep.
Ironic.
And that's all I have with the Togruta.
That was a short episode. We're barely past an hour.
Yeah. That was pretty generous. I was imagining it being a 40 to 50 minute episode, but it gives me
Probably would have been without Kit's tangents.
They could.
It's-
They were democratic, except their democraticness led to their deaths.
Yeah.
Ironic.
ironic.
But no, seriously, can I just have I don't know, a Dami Mommy Togruta who's like my wife, where I just I can be stay-at-home dad. I can cook. I cook like one dish, but that's about it.
That's another piece.
I can cook cereal. Just this Mon Calamari talking to like a fucking big Togruta. Like, no, I can cook cereal.
Anyway, what do you guys think of the Togruta?
I like the Togruta. They're one of my favorite races.
Yeah, they are pretty cool, and of course, they have a lot of cool members: Ahsoka, Shakti, and the Neo Crusader character is pretty cool looking.
Ahsoka, and Shakti.
There are a lot of. Actually, now that I remember, there are a lot of Togruta that are part of the Republic military, by the way, as officers and soldiers and all.
Yeah.
That. But anyway, that's its own thing. I do wish, like with the Doppelmerians, I do wish they expanded more on Togruta more.
I wish they expanded more on their culture.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen headcanons of, like, that they have a pantheon of gods. Like, their moons symbolize the gods.
Yeah.
It's on Tumblr.
Just a lot of untapped potential that Star Wars.
There is so much untapped potential.
An entire galaxy of untapped potential.
I mean, this is gonna be funny. Periods weren't mentioned in a Star Wars book until The Queen's Peril, which came out in 2014!
Wait, what?
Yes!
Wait, well, I think people just thought it was self-explanatory that periods were a thing.
But it was called menstruation, I think, or period, or the cycle.
Yeah, but I think that's self-explanatory. Like, for example, you don't need to, let's say you're writing a fantasy book or a Star Wars book, you don't really need to mention that all the characters poop. It's just it's kind of self-explanatory that, like, all the alien races poop.
But it's like,
or, how they mingle and all.
Yeah, it's like, did I mention that the Togruta have sex? Yeah, they have sex. Yeah, they have sex. It's like you don't need to mention that. Like, that's self-explanatory. This is like saying, like, oh yeah, did I mention that that all the alien races also need to eat? It's like, no shit. That's self-explanatory. We all need to eat.
But yeah, despite the lesbian research material I had to work with, I did have a lot of fun with the Togruta. You guys want to know what? Actually, before I go that, I obviously know your very strong opinions on Togruta culture with killing off the boomers.
I mean, besides that, everything else was fine. But goddamn, like that. It wasn't even just. I don't think it was just killing the elderly. It was like killing the disabled. Like, Jesus Christ.
They're indiscriminate.
Wow.
Elderly, die. Disabled, die. Oh, you broke your leg, die.
Damn, these people are cold.
Yep. So anyway, that's our episode of Can Mayonnaise Kill a Jedi? Or in this case, how many elderly people will the Togruta leave behind?
Which is all of them.
Yep.
Alright.
And I killed the men, the women, and the children. Anyway, so you guys want to know what our next episode's going to be about?
Blue milk. Blue milk.
That was funny. Hannah's like, yep, blue milk. I'll let you guys...
Porgs! Porg dishes! Cooking the porgs!
Anyway, go ahead with your guesses.
Fuck. The Duros?
Luke Skywalker's bipolar disorder.
You are so obsessed with that meme.
No, he's bipolar. I swear he's fucking bipolar.
Alright. So, this is Hannah's choice, by the way. I talked about my favorite villain, Cat Bane, and we're going to be talking about another one of Hannah's favorite villains, Grand Admiral Frog.
Woohoo!
Hot STDs.
STDs.
This is going to be the blue tier episode for sure.
Jabba the Hutt's fetish book.
Expect a lot of simping.
Yeah.
Wookie cookie cooking. That's the next episode, right?
But anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun with listening to us rant about the Togruta and all that other fun side stuff. I hope you guys are having a wonderful 5th of July. Happy Togruta Tuesday, everybody. You got any closing statements?
The odd incest affairs in Star Wars. For some reason, they really like that. I don't know why. No, that's really weird.
That is very...
That's the next episode, right?
Anyway, goodbye!
Support the Patreon!
Yo, seriously, like Rey kisses her cousin. What the fuck? Like, no, they have like some weird incest shit in Star Wars. It's really weird.